I subscribed to this channel earlier, and in my second reaction video I did today, I reacted to a video off this channel. That's my second time being on this channel, reacting to a video on this channel. Well, it's going to be my second time. I subscribed earlier to this channel earlier.
I stopped talking to him years ago because I knew he was doing drugs. I knew he was gay. I knew he was going to be SEM club. I know what he's going to bring up. I already know what the tactic is to be. These people are easy to read. I didn't want to address it on stream. I'm going to address it before it happens. Maybe people will clip it up. What he's going to do, he's going to bring up clips from a podcast from like 5-6 years ago where I was a stand-up comedian at the time, and we were joking, and on streams joking, but when I was like 14, I thought I was gay. I watched it.
Big day for the jobless crowd. Things just got messy real quick. Tate and Sneako are going at each other heavy, and it is not looking friendly at all. Then out of nowhere, Tate straight up calls Sneako homosexual, and now everybody is watching the drama.
Oh boy.
Blow up online. Tate and Sneako in 2026. Yeah, this is getting wild real fast.
It
feels like most of their hype is coming from places like Pakistan. That is where a huge chunk of their audience is locked in right now. I am just saying, it looks like around 98% of their audience is from there. That is what people keep pointing out online.
A few years ago, there was a streamer, I think everybody knows who I'm talking about, who was obsessed with me. If I got a girl's number on Fresh and Fit, he tried to do the same thing. Every single thing I did, he copied verbatim. He tried to be me, literally be me. He was obsessed with me. And I thought he just wanted to be famous, and that turned out to be a homosexual obsession.
So now that we got that out the way, what actually went down with these two?
He's talking about eating Ross. I'm just kidding.
How did it turn into this messy back and forth? And why are they suddenly beefing so hard?
He started telling me that he had this cuck thing that was exposed. He had this big cuck scandal. And he asked me what I think about cucking and if it's normal to explore your sexuality and if I've ever tried it. And I said, look, I'm older than you, bro, and I've never tried that. I don't think that's normal.
I think Sneako is a clown, but this right here feels off and messy. Because when he was out in New York, he was the same guy asking Sneako to link up and film a video, acting all cool and cordial, like everything was good. Now it just comes off fake, like the energy switched up out of nowhere and people are starting to question what really happened behind the scenes.
And then he started saying, isn't it normal just to try new things? Don't you think it's normal to be curious? How do you know if you're really gay or not unless you've tried being gay? And then I realized he was coming on to me. And when I realized he was coming on to me, I thought the best thing I can do is just not talk to him anymore.
To be fair, those AI photos were actually wild and had people talking everywhere. Like, they looked so real that it had everyone confused and reacting.
AI be confusing a lot of people, though. Gemini can actually make a real-life picture of Chris Evans. Like, he can. I'm back, y'all. They got my dinner here. With my special sauce. My little dinner here. Hang on. Yeah, switch it over. Switch my thing over. That right there. That right there. Boom. Let's get back to the video.
Easy online.
I know what he's going to bring up. I already know what the tactic is to be. These people are easy to read. I didn't want to address it on stream. I'm going to address it before it happens. Maybe people will clip it up. What he's going to do, he's going to bring up clips from a podcast from like 5-6 years ago where I was a stand-up comedian at the time, and we were joking, and on streams joking, but when I was like 14, I thought I was gay. I watched it going around where people pretend that there's these, like they say that you did gay porn. Most of those pictures are fake. The other ones, I was 17, and there are leaked photos that I sent to a girl that leaked online.
I can see why people call him the top G. That image and presence hits different and gets people paying attention fast. Now things are starting to shift, and you can feel the momentum building up again.
Since then, he has mentioned me every single day in every single stream he does. Andrew Tate wore a gambling t-shirt. Andrew Tate drove a car. Andrew Tate drunk coffee. Andrew Tate this. Andrew Tate that. He is obsessed with me. And if you see the way he talks about me, you can see in his eyes. It's not because he is morally superior. It's not because he just wants clicks. It's a homosexual rage, which is suppressed.
Yeah, I do not know, man. Something about it feels off and low energy. To me, he just looks kind of down, like the vibe is not the same anymore. And now people are pointing fingers like, look what you did, putting the blame right out there.
Guys, watch him do it and look in his eyes while he does it. It is a suppressed homosexual rage. He is enraged.
While Sneako might slip up here and there, like accidentally eating something he should avoid or grabbing a Red Bull during Ramadan, people still argue he is more consistent with his faith than Tate. That is what some folks are saying online. and the debate is getting loud with everyone picking sides.
Now he's Muslim LARPing. He's Islam LARPing. Constantly LARPing about Islam while being gay in private and taking drugs in private. As opposed to me, who keeps my faith private and my internet. He keeps his faith on the internet and in his private life is completely haram. So we can discuss which one of us is the real Muslim if we want to have that conversation.
The fall off talk is crazy. People are really going in on them right now. But hold up, they still got way more money and way more success than most critics. That part cannot be ignored. And then you got others brushing things off like it is nothing, saying it must have just been the wind or random noise.
Buy more!
I mean, it kind of speaks for itself, right? I do not know, but it feels like Sneako might be a little naive and too trusting in this whole situation. Because honestly, it does not seem like Tate ever really saw him as a true friend, and that realization is hitting people hard.
What he might even do is go further and talk about people in my personal life, which is completely across the line. And see, time and time again, it's the people that are closest to you that you've defended the most. People that I've went to back and forth.
Wait, so there's somebody he actually knows that he can get to you with by targeting them and it makes you mad online?
This was the moist criticals because I was defending people that I thought were my friends.
I do not know. In the circles I move in, messing up your own reputation just to defend another man gets people raising eyebrows real quick. Some even say it looks questionable, but that is just how people talk. And opinions are all over the place on this one.
Tate, I probably got banned and my reputation changed forever.
And you already know, this is not even my fight. I am just watching it play out from the side. I am not stressing over picking sides between the lion or the tiger. That is their problem, not mine. I am just the one sitting back like a hyena in the corner, waiting to see who slips first and who ends up dropping the prize. Because that is when things get real interesting.
Andrew Tate says no issue, shakes my hand, and wants to do a video with me in New York. Then the club thing happens, it goes and tries to throw me under the bus to ruin my character. To try to ruin my career. No, and I see people in the chat, you don't stoop to their level.
You hear that? Iran, you are saved. Sneako has arrived. Yeah, people are really saying anything at this point. The sarcasm is loud and clear. Sneako, stop making a difference. That is the energy right now. Mocking the whole situation heavy. And then it flips wild with, I just put $5 grand into Raytheon stock so they can make more missiles. Which just shows how intense and over the top these reactions are getting online.
And of course this is happening, one, when I'm very critical of the war in Iran, and two, because I recently blew up a lot. The Jang streams are getting a lot of popularity because I'm bringing a lot of people on and I'm starting to make a real difference.
Dude, this feels like straight kindergarten level manipulation. It is way too obvious and people are not buying it. Saying not gonna do that and then turning around and doing the exact same thing is wild. Talking about I would never throw Sneako under the bus and then instantly doing it anyway. That switch up is crazy. And the whole I hate this gossip girl stuff, Zoe show vibe, just to sit there and gossip for minutes straight. Yeah, that contradiction is loud and clear.
And when I realized he was coming on to me, I thought the best thing I can do is just not talk to him anymore. Because I don't like this gossip girl stuff. I don't want to be a drama merchant like he is. My brand isn't sitting online and constantly insulting other people like his is.
Is he really, though, that guy, that close friend like people keep saying? It just does not seem that clear when you actually look at how everything is playing out.
Snake, idiot, guilty, he's done. I'm broke. F you, she cheated. It's over. Broke. Loser.
Where are you on? What channel
I'm
are you
not gossip
on?
girl. I'm not here to insult anyone. I have no personal vendetta against anybody. I'm not mad at anyone who's ever insulted me. I'm just a guy.
Dude, how far do you have to stretch it to think Sneako is the pinnacle of morality? That take sounds way off to a lot of people watching this play out. To be fair, Sneako himself probably would not even claim that about himself, which makes the whole argument feel even more over the top and exaggerated.
I've known he's gay forever, and I didn't care. He came on to me, it was weird. It's gonna come out what he's really been up to. You're gonna see he's not a pinnacle of Islam, he's not a pinnacle of morality, he's very far from it.
At this point, the whole situation just feels like a non-stop circus, and everybody is playing their role loud and messy. 1 minute, it is loyalty talk. The next minute, it is shots being thrown left and right, and people are eating it up like it is entertainment. You got fans picking sides like it is a team sport, arguing in comments, reposting clips, and acting like they are part of the drama. Meanwhile, both of them keep moving, keep talking, and keep the spotlight locked in, because attention is the real prize here. And let us be real for a second, a lot of this feels calculated. Like every response, every post, every little jab is meant to keep people watching and reacting. That is how the game works now. If people are talking,
probably so.
You are winning. Simple as that. But at the same time, you can see cracks in the whole thing. The tension, the weird energy, the moments where it does not feel like jokes anymore. That is when it gets interesting because now it is not just content. It starts to feel personal. This video does not even feel like it is coming from a place of power. It feels more like...
So he's saying it's getting real now. It's like it's getting real. It's getting real now. Like, you're getting serious. It's like, like it's no longer playing around. It's serious now, and it's like getting more serious now. It's no longer playing around. It's like getting crazier by the days. They don't copyright me.
pressure, and maybe even a bit of fear. The tone just seems off, like something is bothering him beneath the surface. It almost looks like he feels a little threatened by Sneako, and that is the vibe people are starting to pick up.
I gotta do something. Hang on. I'm back.
Or maybe I am reading too deep into it. But when you check the numbers, it makes you think twice. Looking at the stream charts, Sneako pulled a huge stream on the 10th. And that kind of attention can shift the whole dynamic real quick.
I don't like saying this. I feel uncomfortable making this video. I wanted all of this to go away. He's never respected like I am. He'll never achieve the heights of fame that I achieve. He'll never surpass me in any...
If there really is drama between Sneako and Andrew Tate, like, who started it? That's what I want to know. Who started this stuff?
No matter what.
Oh, you are the top G now, my friend. That is what people keep saying loud and clear. The label is getting thrown around heavy, but not everyone is buying into it the same way.
Whenever I start to rise like this is when all the vultures, leeches, cloud chasers, and 7K influencers flock in to try to destroy me. It's happened today. I've seen it from all the same usual suspect.
I didn't want to make this video. I'm only making it because
He's
it's all coming
uncomfortable.
to light.
If you're gonna know that little piece of hair off my phone, I don't know how a piece of hair got on my phone. I don't know how it got there. Because I don't know how that piece of hair got there. I don't know how. But I'm gonna say hi to some people in the comments.
Now, and I want everybody to see that once again, Tate was right.
Clearly he is rage baiting. That much is obvious. He knows exactly how to push buttons and get reactions out of people. In this world, there is always some kind of rule or expectation being pushed on you. And honestly, reading is probably one of the best ways to unplug and think for yourself, which makes it kind of ironic when you look at how all of this plays out online.
They think you're stupid. You turn yourself into a clown. What are you gonna do now? Content? What are you gonna do? Fight? Do a boxing match? Boxing with Chase DeMore? What else are you gonna do? Politics? You get everything wrong. You say you don't read. How are you gonna talk about geopolitics when you say that reading is gay?
Reading books is a very cheap way to, I guess, entertain. I wouldn't call it entertainment because my brain is far too advanced. I'm too smart to read. I'm not gonna sit there and go, smart people read. No, I need action. I need constant chaos in my life to feel content. I need to be driving
Oh, so you need drama. You like to have drama in your life.
a supercar and fighting.
10 years out, 4 years old.
Yeah, I do not know. He just feels kind of disconnected from what regular people are actually thinking right now. Like, in my experience, most people around me are not even focused on things like the war or Ramadan the way he is talking about. That gap in perspective is starting to stand out more, and it makes everything he says feel a little out of touch to some people watching.
You can't do content. You can't do politics. Red pill's over. Now what? That's why you're making this video. It's your last attempt at trying to get some sort of clout from whatever the situation is. The reality is you are so far removed from what people care about and what matters that you're doing this video at a time of war and during Ramadan when literally nobody cares anymore.
At this point, it feels like the whole situation is running on momentum and ego, and nobody wants to be the one to step back first. Every response gets louder, every clip gets more dramatic, and the audience just keeps feeding into it like it is the main event. You can tell both sides are fully aware of the spotlight, and they are using it to their advantage, dropping lines, reacting fast, and making sure they stay in the
I want to know what they did have drama. What did Tate and Sneako had drama? When did it happen, y'all? Because I need to know. I need to catch up on some things. Well, I'm tuning like pop culture like the rest of you guys are zoned in. The ones who are zoned in and just online meet zombies when you oh crap. Never mind. I don't care.
conversation no matter what. That is the real game here, staying relevant while everything is heating up. But when you really look at it, there is a weird split between what is real and what is performance. Some moments feel genuine, like there is actual tension behind the words, and then other moments feel like they are playing it up just to keep people hooked. That is why people cannot look away because you are stuck wondering what is real and what is just for views. And until someone finally backs off or something bigger happens, this whole thing is just going to keep escalating louder and messier. That being said, I still think Tate is way more calculated than Sneako. Like it is not even close. It feels like he is playing chess, while Sneako is out here playing checkers, moving off emotion with his heart on his sleeve. Tate comes across like an actor in all of this, switching roles depending on the moment, and keeping that mask on tight. That is why people keep questioning what is real and what is just part of the performance, because the lines are getting blurred heavy.
Tristan Tate said that word for word. Andrew's brother went on that Mark Shapiro podcast and said, my tech team's in Israel. They could pull the plug on my business at any moment. That's why you folded. They own you. But if you have that information, put it out there. What do you think I'm afraid of? I thought...
So the drama between them would be Andrew Tate and his brother versus Sneako online? Could it be 2-on-1? Because I don't think Aiden and Sneako are friends. I don't know. I don't know. This is one thing I've seen. Aiden sniffed Andrew Tate's seat, the one who was sitting on. He sniffed his seat. He sniffed his seat. That was like ultimately gay. He's an ultimately gay guy. Actually, a few months ago, I did some research, like about Aiden Ross' humor style, whatever. And Gemini said, I was looking up on Google. Gemini threw some diss. He threw shade. Gemini AI, threw shade at Aiden Ross. He said, I wish I recorded that moment. He said Aiden Ross is the king of sus humor. He said the king of sus humor. Sus behavior or something like that. He threw shade at him though. You got AI throwing shade at you. Assistant like Google. Assistant. That's not like Google, but assistant. Kind of like Google throwing shade at you. Oh my gosh, that's funny.
Talking to him years ago because I knew he was doing drugs. I knew he was gay. I knew he was going to BDSM clubs and doing all this kind of weird shit. I didn't want to be hanging around with some little fruity. I ain't hanging around with this guy who's going to clubs in New York, getting tied up by dudes and I'm not doing it. So here's the truth. That's the reason. I'm not going to talk on this again. He's going to tweet about me and talk about it for the next 200 years, and you're going to see the rage in his eye.
How you gonna live for 200 years? Because I don't know what God got in store for people, but I don't know. But I don't know. Maybe he does live to 200 years. Sneako does, and Adrian Tate don't. I don't know.
The suppressed homosexuality.
And the crazy part is, he is not completely wrong here. That is what makes this whole thing even more messy. Sneako already dropped 2 response videos, back to back, and it just keeps dragging the situation out longer than it needs to. At the end of the day, it is still the end of the day, and all this back and forth is not really proving much for either side.
Okay.
And if we are being real, it does not even feel like there is a clear winner here. It just looks kind of pathetic, watching it keep going in circles. If you want more updates on all this drama, make sure you like, subscribe, share, and drop a comment so you do not miss anything. I will catch you in the next one.
Why?
Oh gosh, hang on. Bye, y'all.